talk about contouring and makeup and why we do it. So basically when you put your foundation on, you're all one color. You lose the shadow and you lose the light in your face. You kind of become a flat plane. So what contouring is, it's bringing back the dimensions of your face and, for lack of a better word, the contours of your face. Contouring is really used to kind of trick the eye. You're tricking the eye into seeing the shadows, into seeing the lightness in your face. It can also be used to change the shape of your nose. It can be used to change the shape of your face, minimize a chin, minimize a forehead. Those are all very specific to your face shape, and I'd love to help you out with that in a one-on-one makeup consultation, but for now, my face is all I have to work with. So I'm gonna be going over just the basics. So what I want you to do is look in the mirror. Where do you see shadow? Where do you see light? And that is what we're gonna focus on. So once you're in the mirror and you're looking at your makeupless face, I really want you to take note of where you see light and dark. On my face, it's very bright in the center of my face. These are the high points of your face. You're gonna be brighter there. That's where the light hits you. And take note of where the shadows are. Obviously underneath your chin, and then right here I have a shadow, right here I have a shadow, and then the sides of my nose coming from my brow here. Those are the shadows. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my foundation on and come back, and you're gonna see that it's kind of a very flat plane, and then we'll get into contouring. Okay, so here's my face with just foundation and brows on, and as you can see, you have kind of lost a little bit of the dimension. The more high coverage your foundation is, the more you're gonna lose the shadows and the brightness, so the heavier handed you can be with the contouring and the brightening of your face. But for me, I don't use a very high coverage foundation, so I'm a little bit lighter in my contouring and highlighting, and I'm gonna show you how I do that right now. So for brightening, what I like to do is take a concealer that's 1 to 2 shades lighter than my foundation, and I put that in the center of my face to brighten everything up. I put it under my eyes, obviously, to hide dark circles, but I also put it down the center of my nose, in the center of my forehead, and on my chin. And that is just simply to bring the brightness back to that area, so it's not all one color. So I just wanted to show you the placement of where I put my concealer and my brightening concealer. So I put it, you can see it on my forehead, you can see it down the center of my nose, my chin, and under my eyes. So I'm just gonna blend this in and we'll get into the contouring. Okay, concealer's blended. You can tell that those places are definitely brighter and brought forward, which is exactly what you want to do when you're highlighting. And as far as contouring, now we're going to get into shadows. An important thing to note when you're picking out a product to use for this is it should be cool toned, because shadows are not warm toned, they're not orange. So you can either use a bronzer that's cool toned or a specific contouring product. And that's what we're going to get into now. Okay, so when I'm contouring, I like to use a brush like this. As you can see, when you turn it to the side, it's thinner. You can see right there that it's pinched. And this is a Morphe brush, but you can use anything kind of in this shape because it fits in here if you use just the edge. That's what I like to do on my cheeks right here. You see that shadow there? That's what we're going to enhance. And I like to go upwards because you don't want it to come down here. You go upwards when you're blending. And then for the nose contour, I like to use a smaller kind of version of that. It's a little bit fluffy, but when you turn it to the side, the ferrule is pinched. So you can really get into this area here and bring those shadows forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of speed up through this so you can see it in action. Okay, as you can see, I kind of went on my forehead too, and that was just kind of to minimize my forehead. I feel like I have a large forehead. You don't have to do that. If you have a smaller forehead and you do that, it's gonna make it look really small, and you don't want that. You always want it bright in the center and kind of dark around the perimeter. So you can get down here under the chin as well, and that will really help to enhance your jawline. If you maybe have a weaker jawline, it'll help to enhance that underneath here. Just make sure it's very blended so you don't have that line of demarcation. And as you could see while I was doing it, I was always going up. Because you do around the edge, you can get it in the temple as well, because you have shadow there. Your temple goes in. It kind of creates this shape here, which is what you want. And as far as nose contour, I'll get into that right now. You really want to be light-handed when it comes to the nose contour because it's right out there. So if you have harsh lines, they're gonna be very obvious. So I like to get a little bit on the brush and then take my hand and just really take off most of it. So what you're gonna do, you see this shadow here that goes from your brow, and then you can bring it down your nose like this. So those are the basics of contouring. I went ahead and finished my face. I did the other side of my nose, and as I get a little bit closer, you can really see that there aren't any harsh lines. The point of this is not to make it obvious that you're contouring. I think it's really important to look natural, and you're just trying to bring back the dimension of your face that could have been lost when you did your foundation. So now that your base is done, you can just throw in some mascara, throw in some lipstick, eyeshadow, however you want to finish, and you're good to go for the rest of the day. I just wanted to thank everyone for watching. I hope everyone is staying safe. I love you. If you have any more questions about skincare or makeup, please let me know and I'd be happy to make a video about them.